talk on the phone. The man cannot be a boss on his own.
After his introduction into mainstream music in 2013, Folarin Falana, popularly known as Falz the Bad Guy, has established himself as a formidable act within the Nigerian entertainment sphere. A talented rapper and award-winning actor, Falz has also enjoyed a good spell in the realm of social media comedy skits.
From the onset, it was just music. You know, initially, while I was in school, you know, something I was already doing, you know, but I sort of grew, the brand sort of evolved, and I grew into the other things. Online, I remember, you know, I started to do short video skits, you know, comedy skits, and that alone was gaining a lot of traction because I was starting to bring out a certain character that people were really, really connecting with. And, you know, it was a very, very hilarious individual. From that, I then transitioned into film. So I think that was the sequence. You know, it's first music, then comedy, and then film.
It's not something like a joking stuff. I've already placed order for the motto. In the next 1 week, it will arrive down. Are you doubting my status in society?
Although he is predominantly a rapper, his sound, which he describes as WhatsApp music, is laced with a lot of humor. On his 2015 sophomore album Stories That Touch, he created a couple of serious sounds, but none got half the attention his more comic tracks commanded.
Hello, babe. Hey, hello, babe. Hello, babe. You get talk so many things I want to say. I the reason your love, hope say you the reason my love. If I no see you, so I said to her, I go see you tomorrow. I want to pay your money. I for like to buy the cola.
But it could be a little frustrating because you want people to see more than that. You want people to see beyond that. But people really, really just want to relax. I think everyone loves a good laugh. And, you know, if that character, you know, gives them that laugh, then, you know, they will always want to see that character. And, you know, it goes as far as even just my regular daily life. And, you know, when I come across fans and, you know, people that really admire me, and I'm trying to greet them, and I'm greeting them normally that, no, that is not the person I want to hear. I want to hear that other guy. You know, so it could be frustrating because sometimes maybe I'm just not even in the mood, but I have to put on the character because I have to, you know, make people feel like this is that same guy, you know, that they connect with. But even with that, I still make conscious music. I still make an effort to preach that message and put it in my music.
Le bédou est magique, Fimi les chevaux danser. Tu es magnifique, mais la kista élégant, enchanté. Mademoiselle, c'est le moment de faire la fête. C'est le moment de faire la fête.
On La Fête, and even actually on another song on my brand new album 27, I actually spoke a bit more French as well. I've always been a lover of languages. I've always been a lover of mixed blend of cultures, and you know, I've always been interested in learning French. So I did devote some time into learning a few things. I still have some little knowledge from school, secondary school, and of course, with some help from some friends, I was able to polish up and write that song. So that, you know, was definitely something very, very interesting for me.
Although a jolly good fellow, Falz is not without his own share of controversies. Recently, his comments about how some Nigerian acts are glorifying internet fraudsters stirred up a storm, as many believe the comments were directed at singer Nice for his new track, Living Things.
First of all, I'll take you back. I didn't make a comment on Nice's song. And if you watch that clip, that little clip that went viral, so surprisingly, I didn't make a comment on Nice's song. I made a very general comment because what I said was that musicians were glorifying fraud and fraudsters, and a lot of artists do that. So it was no particular reference to any song or any artist. But it just so happened that at that point in time, I mean, I guess some people automatically linked it. And then the caption that, you know, was traveling all around was, oh, Falz takes jab at Nice. Falz attacks Nice. It was absolutely no attack on Nice. You know, I've always had utmost respect for Nice. You know, he's someone that has been there, you know, for a very long time. So there was no basis for me to single him out and, you know, take a jab at him. And that is why there was a video I posted later while I was with him. And I captioned, don't get it twisted. It was never a Falz versus Nice, because it was never. And people chose to miss the message because they tried to discredit the messenger. They tried to attack me and say, oh, why are you attacking Nice? Blah, blah, blah. No, that is not the point. The message in there is don't glorify fraud.
We are stand at attention. I'm talking to you, you are respond. How can you be asking me question?
In a few days, Falz plans to host his first solo major concert, the Falz Experience in Lagos, southwest Nigeria. He joins an already long list of entertainers to host their concert in the commercial city, even though he believes with good strategy, successful concert can be held outside Lagos.
They just want to follow the ladder.
At the end of the day, it depends on your business plan. So if you structure the show in such a way that, it balances out for you. You're making just as much as you're spending, or maybe even making more than you're spending to make the show happen, then of course it makes business sense. So it's just getting the right plan.
A trained barrister at law, Falz is the son of acclaimed human rights lawyer Femi Falana.
Of course, people are always going to judge you. People are always going to compare you, especially, when the person in question is your father. But at the end of the day, no two people can be the same. I've chosen my field. I want to make as much impact in my field as he has in his. And, even though, I may not be an activist like him, I can still be an activist with my music. I can still make as much impact in my own field.
Lately, the Nigerian music industry has seen contract disputes between artists and their record labels. Falz, who runs his Bad Guy Records, is a bit embarrassed the industry still deals with such challenges.
You would think I do practice. I did tickle the fancy of a true bad chick, like I did magic. It was too rapid.
So to an extent, I feel sort of embarrassed for them. But also, I look at it from their point of view, and I sort of understand their plight. And it's incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult for an artist that maybe when they were nothing, signed a 9-10-year contract with a label, then they become something after 5 years, but they still have 5 years to go, but they want to go now. So, those sort of issues sort of come up, and it's quite tough. But the most important thing is, we have to respect agreements. Contracts are, very important.
Le moment de faire la fête, c'est le moment. Le moment de faire la fête, We are hold your neighbor, Besuma go magnet. C'est le moment de faire la fête, We are show them. We are show them. We are show them.